after tomorrow, or rather after Monday, basically there'll be a lot of people who regret not coming because in Shanghai Expo, it took you 8 hours to queue just to go in to watch for 6 minutes. Down here, you have a free flow of 1 hour, 2 hours. Alright? Wow. A lot of people didn't know, taking the until the last minute. That's why we're thinking down there. But not to worry, you're welcome to come to this event. Now, this audio guide comes in 7 languages. Alright, it has English, Chinese, Bahasa, Japanese, Hokkien, Teochew, and Cantonese. For those people who have this, nostalgia, wanting to form memory about how the dialect is being conducted for such events, first time, alright, this event that comes in 3 dialects. That's the reason why you see a lot of old folks out there, a lot of seniors. They came because they want to really enjoy this experience with the 3 dialect language. What you need to do is that you use based on the right cursor, just press, and do the highlights on the language that you choose. Alright, and then let's say for example choose number 1 English, you just press the center button. Okay, 1 time, 2 times, you are ready to go. Okay, press again is to pause, press again is to play. Now, if you have a problem with this audio guide, not to worry, approach any of our experts within the hall. They are able to assist to do all the recap for you. At the bottom, the right hand side is the volume button, which is the right increase the button, and this is the lowest volume. Okay, got it. Any problem? Let me pause here. Any problem? Not yet. Okay, good. Not yet. Alright, now, you can pause it now so that I can give you a very quick overview about what this event is all about, and then I will then release you to go in there because there are 3 parts. Actually, that's the reason why I say this event is too rich in content. Right, so rich that a lot of people actually find insufficient time to go through because there are 4. Okay, first and foremost, the audio guide will tell you the stories of the various sections that you go through. Okay, like section 1, section 2, fire, water, earth, gold, and this wood. Alright, various zones have a various message. Then the second thing is that there are a lot of storyboards that tell us different sets of stories. Okay, so that not to replicate and duplicate. Alright, if you have time, you can read and you can listen. If you're multitasking very good, you can read and listen at the same time. Alright. The third thing is that for those with an iPhone, you can also download our apps. We have actually developed an app which you can also play and use at home. Altogether, there are 8 games in there. Out of 8, 3 are free. The 5 is only when you come in here, you use the QR code scanner to unlock the game, or which you can play at home. Alright, so that's the third layer of the information. The 4th is only for VIP like y'all, which means that with co-organizers like me to give you a briefing. Alright, this is this briefing is something that people out there won't hear it. Alright, there's a lot of untold story about this exhibition. Well, some are X-rated, some are not X-rated, R-rated, okay? Not for adults, okay, not for X, okay? But it's something that, which I'll highlight to you when you go in there. Look out for it because, a lot of times in Hong Kong, Taiwan, and China, and Macau, after they left, they say, gosh, I forgot, I missed out this part, I want to come back again. Alright, but unfortunately, only 2 more days, you won't be able to come back again. So look out for some of these details when you go in there, alright, before I release you. Okay, now, very quickly about this area. Why there's a pre-hall? When you go to Shanghai Expo, you won't get to see this part. Okay, this is the part that's created exclusively in Singapore by our Singapore team. Because a lot of people ask the question, why Qing It's a painting 1,000 years ago. What is it got to do with Singapore? We are very pragmatic. It has nothing to do with us. We are not interested, right? So we think got a lot of relevance because 1,000 years ago, although physically no connection, because 1,000 years ago Singapore was even found yet, alright? Sanida Muhammad hasn't found Singapore yet, alright? So it was this painting took place at 11th century, in 1,000 years ago. But a lot of things that you find there resemble a lot of things that has happened in Singapore. Not only just for Chinese, actually the Oriental philosophies, Oriental core values, and so forth. We created the 5 zones, 5 elements. Each element actually got 2 connections. Look out for it. One is about what has it got to do with the Song dynasty. For example, fire zone is about festivals, about the practices. Then the second thing is about core values. Each zone carries 2 core values. These core values actually, once you add up together, it has then become the foundation of what Singapore is today. Example, fire is about the passion, about energy. Without the passion for the preservation of the festivals that celebrate more than 1,000 years ago, today is Chinese New Year. Without people who celebrate more than 1,000 years ago, you won't find the festival today. He applies beyond Chinese, he also goes into Malay, the Indians, and all other races. So fire that one. Once you get into the wood zone, it's about the imperial examination system. Song Dynasty has actually made the imperial examination system very, very established. Like what we are having going through today. A level, O level, you name it, alright. It started since Song Dynasty. Actually, even before that, like it was Qing Dynasty. But Song, they have actually put it to the peak. Alright. Now, what the examination system means, meritocracy. Very, very familiar term, right? Okay, meritocracy. Because in Song Dynasty also got class system, also got feudal system, but through this imperial examination system, people, commanders, farmers also can climb up, and break the social class and become somebody very capable. Alright? The other thing is about perseverance, because in examination in Song Dynasty, it is not easy. You have to walk days and nights. That's why Chinese is the problem. You have to study by the windows for 10 years. And to stay in the examination hall for 3 days. Their exam papers 3 days, not 2 hours. Okay, 3 days examination paper. You have to bring your own food, your own candle, and your own stationery. So perseverance is the one you will see in wood. Once you finish wood, you go into the earth. Earth is about pragmatism. Okay, wow, very simple Singapore, right? Pragmatism. Pragmatism without principles, no good, because that means you are very, very hypocrite. You are shifting, you are drifting, no principle. Pragmatism with good principles is actually flexible and acceptable. Why it has to do with the Song Dynasty? It's about movable type printing technology that was invented. There are 4 inventions in China in the world history. 4 inventions, of which 3 actually was founded in Song Dynasty. Song is a very, very prosperous dynasty, because people say that Tang is actually more happening than Song. Not true. Song is more happening than Tang. During Song Dynasty, it commanded 60% of the worldwide GDP. During the time, the Kaifeng, which we are seeing, this is the scene of the Kaifeng, it was a capital city of 1.5 million. Now bear in mind, 1.5 in 11th century was big, it was the world's largest city. Because at the same time, during that period, London was only a fishing village of 40,000 tanks. Right? America was still, roamed around by the Indians. Not found yet. Okay? It was only found 3 centuries later. So this is exactly how prosperous it was. And 4 inventions, 3 was invented during Song. So appreciate. That's why in this exhibition, our theme is called 历史的话剧智慧的长河 means that it is actually the scroll of history and it's the river of wisdom. It's more than just animation, wow, cartoon, very nice. No, it's much more than that. There's a lot of wisdom in there. Look out for it, right? When you go into the painting, I'll go into the bit. Now, so once you finish that, really you go into gold. Gold very relevant to Singapore. Gold is about trading, about shipping, right? 2 core values. 2 core values. One is honesty, one is the trust. Alright? Without the honesty and trust, Song will not be so happening, and same thing for Singapore. Without the trust and honesty, it will not be what we are today. Why so significant about Song? Because of Jiaozi, which is actually the paper note, the world's first invented paper note, was invented during Song Dynasty. Prior to that, when they want to do trading, I buy one load of the goods from me, I give 1 load of gold coins. Okay, very, very troublesome. How far can you go, right? So what they do is that they invented the paper note. It happened during the time, right? It was also since then the creation of the equivalence of today, MAS. Government started to step in and they create the equivalence of MAS to regulate the currency, regulate the paper note. Song Dynasty, okay? The last one is paper, very relevant in Singapore, even so, alright, because of the water represents, in Chinese philosophy, water is the most humble element on earth, alright, because it always flows to the lowest, does all the things, okay, but never shout for attention. Sounds like Singapore, right? Okay, but I don't know about today, but in the olden days, Singapore used to be very, very humble. We are still very humble, but we are very humble. We never shout. We are the one little red dot, but we do all the great things, okay, basically. That is water element. Humble, alright, and integration, right? Racial harmony, racial integration, the religion in the painting you can find also in that painting. So that is the fun part of the 5 elements. Now I will go quickly about the painting. Look out for which are the things to look out. 1, okay, look out for the boy chasing after the pig at the Rainbow Bridge. Okay, it's in the day scene, right? There's this little boy, wearing a red shirt, chase a pig across the street. Alright, across the river, across the bridge, sorry. Look out for that. Right? Secondly, look out for the camel crew coming back from the Silk Road. Okay, that's also in the day scene. Number 3, look out for a group of government official patrol malingering, okay, lying around sleeping, we call it snake, right? Okay, that was at the scene, also in the day scene. Alright, but why? Why the government official was so malingering? Because actually during that period, this is a painting that talks about the prosperity of the Song Dynasty. It was so peaceful that people would drop their things belonging on the floor, nobody would steal it. At night you don't have to lock up your doors, As a result, policemen got nothing to do. When they have nothing to do, what do? They got no iPad, they got no phone to play, they maringle, they they sleep around and so on and so forth. So it's a reflection of the other aspect of the society. They're so prosperous doesn't mean that there are no poor people. They are beggars. Okay, look out for the two beggars actually at the bridge right after the ticket. Okay, the fourth thing to look out for is actually at night look out for the equivalent of the Raffles Hotel. Right, the Sun Yan Zhen is actually we call it like a 5-star hotel. Right, they have a license to brew liquor and a license to sell liquor. Right, the other one is called Jiao Dian, which is like a equivalent of Singapore kopitiam. Right, they are not allowed to brew, but they are allowed to sell. Okay, a lot of coffee shops, but there's only one Raffles Hotel right after the gate. At night, look out for the 4 lanterns. Okay, the 4 lanterns actually, this is the part of R-rated okay. According to the history, research papers saying that because this Song Emperor is so open-minded, he was the first to remove the curfew at night. Before that, you're not allowed to move around at night. But he is pro-trade, he actually leaves the curfew. As a result, nightlife activities happen, prosper. Alright, you got the night market, you got the pasar malam, you got the supper. Alright, and also, as a result, also bring in the karaoke equivalent. Okay, at night you find the night scene, there are some, dance hostesses, accompanying the businessman in the boat. Now, the 4 lanterns has a significance. You can't see it, but you can actually identify the 4 lanterns. Okay, in the history research, there is a lid on top of the lantern. When the lid is fully covered, it means it's proper business of F&B. Half covered means that the dance hostesses are allowed to entertain you. Alright, karaoke equivalent. Fully removed means special services. Right? Now talk about Geylang, right? Okay, it happens even as early as 11th century. Right. Now, one more thing about things to look out is that in the original painting, which you will find a replica before you enter the actual animation, on the right hand side, there is a replica. Look out for it, okay? Just refresh yourself and say that this is the original painting versus the animated painting. Okay? Original painting don't have a night scene because Chinese painting only got black ink. They can't paint nighttime, darkness. One patch of frozen ink. But the night scene is possible now because of the animation. Now they do not anyhow hantam, okay? Because they actually engage 3 historians to do this research. Fortunate thing about this is that they had this book called Dongjing Monghua, which is the reminiscence of the Kaifeng city during the day. It was like a Lonely Planet travel journal. Somebody actually went to Kaifeng, and he saw everything. Said, oh, this is what happened, that's what happened. They wrote this book. This book is still around today. So they used this book to make the reflection about what happened in Kaifeng at night, and that's how they created this thing. Okay, so that is the the overall summary about what you should see before and any other questions.